Welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a video about my sand cat. She doesn't have an official name. I just kind of call her sand cat right now. I'm just going to talk about what it's like to keep a sand cat. First of all, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to say that it's not right to keep a sand cat. People are going to say that they're endangered. It's just one subspecies of sand cat that's endangered. But anyway, I got her actually from a pet store, and usually these cats cost, I've seen them for about $10,000 before, but she was less costly. She was still not cheap, but I've always wanted to have an exotic cat. And when I saw her, I kind of jumped at the opportunity. A lot of people will be saying that sand cats make very bad pets, that all exotic cats make bad pets. And in my situation, I would say that she's definitely not a pet that most people would want to have. But here's the thing, her disposition is a little unusual. I've actually reached out to and spoken to other sand cat owners, and their cats are actually way better behaved than she is. Mine is just from a certain breeding group. Their disposition is not great. And I did have her since she was a kitten, and her demeanor has not changed since then. The thing is that a lot of exotic cats tend to hiss a lot, although she pretty much hisses every time she sees me. She's not what most people would consider to be friendly, but I can pet her, and she does a whole lot of slow blinking. In domesticated cats, that means that they're being trusting and affectionate to some degree. So I don't know if it means the same thing in sand cats, but the fact of the matter is that this particular individual will just always be hissing and growling, and it's just kind of part of her behavioral repertoire. She can't really help it at this point, even when she's not being afraid. So basically she has pretty much two settings, just kind of like an angry setting and an angrier setting. But she always is very apprehensive. They are extremely shy. But again, not all sand cats are the same, and I've spoken to other people who have sand cats that are a whole lot friendlier and interactive, and at points you wouldn't be able to tell a difference from a domesticated cat based on the way that they act. So yeah, my sand cat is pretty reclusive. She doesn't really like being out in big open spaces, and so she doesn't really come out that often because it's kind of traumatic for her. But I do like to let her out to engage in some enrichment and try to encourage hunting behaviors and whatnot. But for the most part, she's not a huge fan of humans. If all sand cats were like her, I would say, yeah, you probably don't want them as a pet, but based on what I've heard from others, I would definitely get another one if I could get one from the same breeders that other people have gotten theirs from, and I might consider it in the future. So aside from her disposition, they're shockingly easy to care for. Knock on wood, but she doesn't spray, and she's just kind of easy to house and feed. I don't feed raw. I'll go about why I don't feed raw to exotic animals in another video. But yeah, basically I just feed her like a regular cat. She uses regular cat litter. She's very zealous about her litter box. She does throw her kitty litter around. They're sand cats. They like the sand, so it's kind of annoying how she digs around in the sand in her litter and gets it all over the place, but that's about the only difference. But yeah, aside from her disposition, I'd say that they're, as far as care goes, they're actually pretty basic. They're not difficult, and I would own another one. That's not to say that everybody should want to run out and get one, because there's not that many. They're very expensive, and there needs to be more captive breeding. But I don't anticipate everybody running out to go get a very expensive exotic cat that is not really that friendly. Even the friendly ones do have their moments. They're not like regular cats, although there's a lot of variation in domesticated cats as well. You have domesticated cats and feral cats that also have pretty crappy dispositions as pets. They're not cuddlers or anything like that. Speaking of that, yeah, I don't hold her at all. I'm very cautious around her. Cats in general, whether domesticated or not, if they bite you, they can send you straight to the hospital. I do not want to get bitten. It's because they have very pointy teeth, and unlike a dog bite, a cat might leave a little tiny hole, but that area in your skin is very heavily prone to infection because the cats basically insert a little pocket of bacteria that can really jeopardize that area. And if it gets into your tendons, it's common to get bitten in your hand and you get an infection in your hand. It's actually a very common cause of really serious infections that require debridement surgery. So I'm very careful around her. She can't be picked up, but I can interact with her a little bit on her own terms. Ironically, my spotted Jeanette is way friendlier, although he's actually probably more likely to bite me because he's kind of just a biting animal. When he gets hungry, he just nips at whatever is in his way, and he's very food aggressive. So either way, I'm very careful around both of them, and those are my two carnivores. So anyway, that's a quick glimpse of what it's like to care for a sand cat. That's my experience. As I said, other people are going to have different experiences. If you like this video, then please like and comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. What are you doing in the shower?